having a bad day. There's nothing you can do or say to help me through this bad day. I think I'll just stay in my room. They didn't need to say that they didn't want to play. That's enough. We'll stop it right there. Okay. That song's called A Bad Day, and sometimes we're having a bad day, and I decided to make this video is actually for kids. Any kids, and especially kids I had in school, and no matter how old they are, because I taught school for 43 years, and everybody was having a bad day, whether it was personal, whether it was something in the room, whatever was going on. I didn't want to let it interfere in my teaching. I have a little bit of problem with that. So I kept this book on the chalkboard all my years of teaching. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And I was having a bad day at school. It wouldn't matter if I was in the middle of lesson or what. I'd grab this book, I'd pick it up, and I'd start reading it. And it worked every time. Every time. So I'm going to try that with you. And again, this is really made for kids, but it's for anybody. It's by Judith Viorst, who is one of my favorite authors. And I will give a little tip here for all you kids. If you go to the library and you see a book that kind of looks like this and is all kind of bent up and everything, you need to check that book out. That means it's a good book. So here we go. Okay, so I'm all mad and grumpy because I'm having a really bad day. So I picked this book up. And the kids always know. I don't have to tell them. I just pick the book up and I just start reading it. I went to sleep with gum in my hair. I've already messed up, see? Been a long time. I've been out of the classroom long. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth. And now there's gum in my hair. And I got out of bed this morning. When I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard. And my mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. And I could tell it was going to be a horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box. And Nick found a Junior Cover Agent code ring in his cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. Teaching, I've already got a little bit of smile. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. And I said, I was being scrunched. I said, I was being smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be car sick. And nobody even answered. I could tell it was going to be a horrible, no good, very bad day. One of my favorite pages here. You gotta be quick for this one. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. And he said Philip Parker was his best friend. And that Albert Moyo was his next best friend. And that I was only his third best friend. I hope you set on attack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds. And Paul's mother gave him a jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on top. And guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was. Because after school, my mom took all of us to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, Dr. Fields said. Next week, I'm going to Australia. Sorry about the little doggies. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. While I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I am having a horrible, no good, very bad day. I've told everybody. And no one even answered. So then we go to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose red ones. I just can't talk because my dog's being bad. I chose blue ones with red stripes. But then the shoe man said, we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them. My second favorite part. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. And then he said, watch out for the books on his desk. I was just as careful as can be, except for my elbow. He said, don't fool around with his phone. But I think I'll call Australia. My dad said, don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas, and I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took my pillow back he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that, even in Australia. That is the end of that book, and by this time, I'm smiling, and sometimes I'm even laughing, and the kids are all smiling, and they know that we're all going to have a very nice day. Because have you ever heard the expression, when mama ain't happy, nobody's happy? Well, when Miss Apple ain't happy, nobody's happy. So, dedicated to my children. Okay? We just went over 10 minutes, but just give me a... Hang on. Well, I think we're going to end it because we're just not getting what I want. So, goodbye.